So now the only other place that this affects right now is our products page. So let's change out our code to use our new render products function with the IDs for the products. So I'm going to go back to the examples folder, and what we're going to do is copy the 11th step here, which is called using new product function. And then we'll open up the products.php page, and we'll copy over the step file and paste it over the products.php page and save it. So now this page looks super short. It was our longest page before, but now because of our powerful function, we can really minimize the code here. So up here we have our title and our include, and then what we're doing is running the render products function. And remember, if we don't pass it anything, it assumes that we're going to render all of the products, so we don't have to actually pass it any numbers. We're going to save this as product output, and then we're just going to print that inside of our main product listing div here. So super simple. Now, one question you might have is why we didn't just run this render products function inside of the content of the page itself. Well, the idea here is that we want to separate out the presentation of our information from the logic. And calling a function is a bit of logic. So the more we can minimize the types of constructs that we use inside of our HTML here, the easier it will be for someone to modify it who isn't familiar with coding at all. So for the most part, we can keep our PHP within this HTML to just using the print statement and passing it variables. That's going to look a little strange to somebody who doesn't know PHP, but as soon as they get used to that syntax, it'll be a little easier for them to work with. But if we throw in additional syntax, like calling a function and possibly passing it parameters, then things are going to look even more scary.